Datta, Jai Guru Datta, Sri Guru 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 Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your hosts Rishi Nirvan Baru
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Dr. Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude and this invocation prayer at the sacred feet of beloved Sadgurudeva Pujya Shri Swamiji, as this show, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him. Please join Pujya Shri Bala Swamiji now in worship.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gururdevo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Bhuyuta Shri Hari Chinnhitabhyam Agastya Rekhadi Bhiranchitabhyam Nigodha Bijakshara Mudritabhyam Namo Namah Sadguru Padukabhyam. Ganapati Gurumekam Satchidanandarupam Vibhudhanivahasevyam Yogamargadhirudham Sharanamupagatanam Sanghadrivajram Mama Hridaya Nivasam Bhaktinamro Namami, Bhakti Namro Namami.
Once again everyone, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to this morning's edition of Datta Arpanam. Today's program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Velini's Drug Mart Limited of 58-60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Erin Road, Debe, Coquier Supermart Limited of 14 Naparima Road, San Fernando, and Samtron Insurance Brokers Limited of 1126 SS Erin Road, Debe, and 225 Southern Main Road, Warrenville, Cunupia.
Over the past few weeks, through the grace of Pujya Shri Swamiji and his mother and guru Mata Jayalakshmi, the Dwadasha Sutras have been the subject of contemplation here on Datta Arpanam. Those Dwadasha Sutras are 12 instructions which were given to Sri Swamiji by Jayalakshmi Mata. These form the tenets by which she instructed that he should live his life. Sri Swamiji, in turn, by implicitly following these instructions and by sharing them with us, is passing on these teachings to us so that our own lives can be and should be governed by these Dwadasha Sutras.
As we recap the 11 sutras discussed to date, you are invited to join in with us and see how many you can remember. The first sutra given by Jayalakshmi Mata to her young son was "See me in all women."
The second sutra was "Be compassionate to the poor and socio-economically disadvantaged."
Sutra number 3 was "In all situations, think and act according to the Shastras."
In the fourth sutra, Mata Jayalakshmi instructed her young son Sadhaka that he should protect the pious and virtuous, even at the cost of his own life.
Sutra number 5 was "Consider all forms of life as equal, do not discriminate."
The sixth sutra of Jayalakshmi Mata was "Do not miss your daily disciplines at any cost. They should not inconvenience others, they should always benefit others."
Amma's seventh sutra was "See me in all forms of life."
The eighth sutra was "Do not ever stray from the truth."
In Amma's ninth sutra, she instructed young Sri Swamiji by saying, "Develop the skill of simplifying your knowledge and spread it among the masses."
Sutra number 10 was "Do not reveal your future incarnations."
The 11th Dwadasha Sutra, as you heard last week, was "Undertake the task of spreading Dharma in a lucid manner."
And Amma's 12th sutra, the final of the Dwadasha Sutras, and the focus of today's episode of Datta Arpanam, that sutra was "Live the life wherein, even if it hurts you in the process, it should not matter provided it does not harm others."
Such powerful words to be given to a young 11-year-old boy. But this boy was no ordinary boy. No, he was divinity incarnate. He was an Avadhuta. He is Lord Dattatreya incarnate. He was known back then as Satyanarayana or Satyam, but we know him as Parama Puja Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Before we begin the contemplation upon this powerful 12th Dwadasha Sutra, let us listen to that divine voice of Parama Puja Sri Swamiji as he enchants us with the first bhajan he ever composed, Pahi Pahi Gajanana. You can find the lyrics to this bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 59 on the Bhajan Mala app or on the website www.bhajanmala.com.
Pahi Pahi Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana Pahi Pahi Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana Pahi Pahi Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana. Ekadanta Gajanana Gajanana Pahi Pahi Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana 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 Pahi Pahi Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana Suchmanetra Gajanana Anantakana Vicharana Pahi 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 Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana Pahi 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 Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana Chinmaya Mudra Bodhana Chatura Chinmaya Mudra Bodhana Chatura Yoga Mudra Samadhi Pana Chinmaya Mudra Bodhana Chatura Yoga Mudra Samadhi Pala Pahi 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 Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana Sachidananda Gajanana Sachidananda Gajanana Nityananda Niranjana Pahi 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 Gajanana Parvati Nanda Gajanana Pahi 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 Gajanana 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 Gajanana
Recently, during his visit to Karya Siddhi Hanuman Temple in Dallas, Texas, Paramapujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji said that just as eating meals is essential to sustaining the physical body, so too singing bhajans is essential to achieving mental peace. and definitely the bhajans of Puja Sri Swamiji. Bhajans like the one to which you just listened grant us peace when we hear them, but even more so when we join in singing them. You are tuned in to Datta Arpanam on 103.1 FM.
Today, it is by the grace and through the guidance of our beloved Sadguru Deva Sri Swamiji that the series on the Dwaresha Sutras of Mata Jayalakshmi concludes here on Datta Arpanam. Special thanks to Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Kokie Supermart Limited, and Debe Supermart Limited for sponsoring not only today's program but also this entire series. Today we are discussing the 12th Sutra, which is, live the life wherein, even if it hurts you in the process, it should not matter, provided it does not harm others.
Last week we saw how the 11th Sutra of undertake the task of spreading Dharma in a lucid manner seemed to have branches in other sutras. Today we see a similar pattern, wherein Amma seemed to be leading up to this sutra with previous sutras. And it's an interesting observation because really and truly, Amma handed down these Dwadasha Sutras as guidelines to help Sri Swamiji to uplift mankind. So really, every sutra she gave seems to culminate directly with this 12th sutra. It definitely does not seem like coincidence that this was the final of the 12 sutras.
When Amma taught Appaji respect, compassion, living a life in accordance with the Shastras, when she taught him about protecting others and avoiding discrimination, when she taught him about discipline and ensuring that his disciplines did not inconvenience others, when she taught him about staying on the path of truth, about not announcing future incarnations, about spreading dharma, the essence of all of her sutras really seemed to boil down to the lesson she imparted with this final sutra of live the life wherein, even if it hurts you in the process, it should not matter, provided it does not harm others. It all boils down to helping others at all costs.
Appaji has said that today's young generation is a more technology-oriented generation, so he adopted technology for pulling the youngsters towards Dharma. In discussing the 12th Sutra of his mother and guru, Appaji said that a few children are purposefully given training in the field of technology and are made to do his work. For these children, I am everything, says Sri Swamiji. So they are free in expressing their love and affection with me, just as they do with their grandparents. Many times this is mistaken by the public. Many have even commented and hurt me in this regard, said Appaji. But still, my aim is to show a path to my children. This is what Mata Jayalakshmi instructed me in the last sutra. It doesn't matter if it hurts you, but it should not hurt others.
It is saddening to think that each of us, whether deliberately or not, is probably guilty of having caused pain or hurt to Sadguru Deva at some point in time, whether it is through our words, our criticism of Sri Swamiji's actions, or our comments on his ashramas or his mission.
If we do not get an interview, we feel cheated. If he does not talk to us, we feel slighted. And when Swayam Sevaks or volunteers are carrying out his order, we are constantly criticizing something or the other. When Appaji, recognizing the auspicious time for something to start, seems to delay coming down from Guru Nilayam, there is mumbling about where he is and what time he will finish.
Sri Swamiji hears every word, perceives every thought, and feels every sharp criticism. If he had to open his heart to us, we would see only pain and hurt. That has been our seva or service to him.
Let us begin to make amends for such shortcomings now. Let us show appreciation for all of Puja Appaji's hard work, including his bhajan compositions, as we join him now in singing this beautiful Devi Bhajan composition. You can find the words to the bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 459 on the Bhajan Mala app or website.
జగముల నేలే తల్లివి నీవు జగన్నాథ సోదరివివు
జగముల నేలే తల్లివి నీవు జగన్నాథ సోదరివివు
జలజాయత నేత్రివి నీవు జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి
జలజాయత నేత్రివి నీవు జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి
జగముల నేలే తల్లివి నీవు జగన్నాథ సోదరివివు జలజాయత నేత్రివి నీవు జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి జయలక్ష్మి అభయము నిమ్ము మాయమ్మ
అభయము నిమ్ము మాయమ్మ
అణువణువు నీ కొలువు గదమ్మ
అణువణువు నీ కొలువు గదమ్మ
అభయము నిమ్ము మాయమ్మ అణువణువు నీ కొలువు గదమ్మ జగముల నేలే తల్లివి నీవు జగన్నాథ సోదరివివు జలజాయత నేత్రివి నీవు జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి జయలక్ష్మి అందరము నిన్ను ఆరాధింతుము
అందరము నిన్ను ఆరాధింతుము
ఆదరమున మార్తి తీర్పుమా
ఆదరమున మార్తి తీర్పుమా
అండవు నీవై అలరుతుండగా
అండము నీవై అలరుచుండగా
అందును కోరికలన్నీయు మాకు
అందును కోరికలన్నీయు మాకు అందరము నిన్ను ఆరాధింతుము ఆదరమున మార్తి తీర్పుమా అండము నీవై అలరుచుండగా అందును కోరికలన్నీయు మాకు
జగముల నేలే తల్లివి నీవు జగన్నాథ సోదరివివు జలజాయత నేత్రివి నీవు జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి జయలక్ష్మి పదవేద్యవు ఈశ మనోహరి
ఈ పదవేద్యవు ఈశ మనోహరి
ఈనా ఉల్లము ఇక నీ ఇల్లై
ఈ నా ఉల్లము ఇక నీ ఇల్లై
ఇంపులు నింపుచు ఇలపై పంచుత
ఇంపులు నింపుచు ఇలపై పంచుత
ఎందును సచ్చిదానందముల
ఎందును సచ్చిదానందముల ఈ పదవేద్యవు ఈశ మనోహరి ఈ నా ఉల్లము ఇక నీ ఇల్లై ఇంపులు నింపుచు ఇలపై పంచుత ఎందును సచ్చిదానందముల
జగముల జగముల నేలే తల్లివి నీవు జగన్నాథ సోదరివివు జలజాయత నేత్రివి నీవు జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి జయముల నీవే జయలక్ష్మి 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 జయలక్ష్మి
A bhajan that is as beautiful as it is moving, composed by the one who will do absolutely anything for the sake of his devotees, and rendered by that same ultra-compassionate one, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. You are tuned in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of Pujya Shri Swamiji, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM, thanks to the kind sponsorship by Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. Today, in discussing the 12th Dwaresha Sutra of Mata Jayalakshmi, the sutra in which she instructed her young son and sadhaka, Pujya Shri Swamiji, by saying, "Live the life wherein, even if it hurts you in the process, it should not matter, provided it does not harm others," we have seen how, even though devotees may act in hurtful ways, Appaji never retaliates.
Sri Swamiji, since his childhood, has led a life of being very disciplined. He led a life of poverty, a controversial nomadic life tossed from place to place, family to family, swallowing insults, hurts, and humiliation. Perhaps it was his destiny which was preparing him for this role. Yet, despite any ills that we commit, Pujya Appaji continues to live a life of service. He continues to abide by the teachings of his guru, Mata Jayalakshmi.
Let us be just like Sri Swamiji and explicitly follow the teachings of our Guru. Let us be worthwhile sadhakas to our most beloved Sadguru Deva. And speaking of worthwhile sadhakas, Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji, Junior Pontiff at Avadhuta Dattapitham, is a shining example of the divinity that a true sadhaka should possess. Fondly known as Sri Bala Swamiji, he is most often seen standing in Sri Swamiji's shadow or sitting at Sri Swamiji's feet. Despite his title, his behavior is one of complete humility and surrender to Sadguru. In fact, no matter how much he does, all he sees is how much Appaji does.
That's right. Sri Bala Swamiji once said that we always think that we are doing great seva to the ashrama and therefore to Sri Swamiji. The truth, he says, is that Sri Swamiji is the one who is constantly rendering service to his devotees. At the cost of his own health sometimes, Pujya Swamiji travels by air at high speeds for more than 20 hours. Then, as he emerges from the plane after his long flight, he approaches the devotees with concern and love and inquires about their welfare, totally unmindful of his own welfare.
Whether it is raining or the sun is shining, whether you have a low-grade fever or you have major heart trouble, Appaji feels he must give darshan to you, to us. Otherwise, his children would be hurt as they wait breathlessly for that one glimpse of their beloved Sadguru Deva. Every bone in Sri Swamiji's body, every nerve in his system, pulses to the prayers of his devotees.
On the subtle level, we all know that Sri Swamiji takes on so many diseases of his devotees and suffers the physical consequences. There are times when he looks frail and almost boneless, and you can be sure then at those times that some devotee is very unwell.
Appaji is constantly in the service of all of us. It is impossible to recall any instances of him hurting us, except when he scolds us when we go wrong. But even that scolding has a great effect and outcome. It may be an outcome of which we remain unaware, like helping to rid us of our ego, but a positive outcome is always the result.
So never feel that Appaji does not understand you or your pain. We have seen repeatedly how steadfast he is in following Mata Jayalakshmi's instructions. So, if she has said to him that he should not hurt others, we can always be sure that he is acting to help us. But until we fully accept with full faith that he is everywhere and that he is all-knowing, we can end up inadvertently hurting him with bad thoughts, harsh words, and bad deeds.
And this is one reason why we must always remember this final sutra of Mata Jayalakshmi. It feels like it is definitely an instruction not just for Puja Sri Swamiji, but also, as Amma intended, it is also a sutra for all of Puja Appaji's disciples. As a mark of gratitude to Puja Appaji for sharing these sutras with us, let us join his second in command, his faithful sadhaka, Sri Bala Swamiji, in today's next bhajan. You can find the lyrics to the bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 727 on the Bhajan Mala app or website.
அவர்தான் அவரே திருகணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
அன்பு அறிவு அமிர்தம் அவர்தான் அவரே திரு கணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
அன்பு அறிவு அமிர்தம் அவர்தான் அவரே திருகணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
அன்பு அறிவு அமிர்தம் அவர்தான் அவரே திரு கணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
அவரே திருகணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
அவரே திரு கணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
அன்புதான் தெய்வம் அன்புதான் சத்தியம்
அன்புதான் தெய்வம் அன்புதான் சத்தியம்
அன்புதான் நித்தியம் அன்புதான் பக்தி
அன்புதான் நித்யம் அன்புதான் பக்தி
இதுதான் ஞானம் இதுதான் யோகம்
இதுதான் ஞானம் இதுதான் யோகம்
குரு உபதேசம் குருவே அன்பு
குரு உபதேசம் குருவே அன்பு
குரு காட்டிய அன்பாலே அஞ்ஞானம் விலகிடும்
குரு காட்டிய அன்பாலே அஞ்ஞானம் விலகிடும்
புத்தியில் புதிய புதிய அறிவும் உண்டானது
புத்தியில் புதிய புதிய அறிவும் உண்டானது
அன்பு அறிவு அமிர்தம் அவர்தான் அவரே திருகணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
அன்பு அறிவு அமிர்தம் அவர்தான் அவரே திரு கணபதி சச்சிதானந்தா
ತಿರುಗಣಪತಿ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ
ಅವರೇ ತಿರುಗಣಪತಿ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ
സിരിപ്പിലും അമൃതം വാക്കിലും അമൃതം
സിരിപ്പിലും അമൃതം വാക്കിലും അമൃതം
അമൃതമേ അമൃതം ഗുരുവേദാനമൃതം
അമൃതമേ അമൃതം ഗുരുവേദാനമൃതം
அன்பிருந்தால் அறிவு கிடைக்கும் அந்த அறிவு அமிர்தம் தரும்
அன்பிருந்தால் அறிவு கிடைக்கும் அந்த அறிவு அமிர்தம் தரும்
அன்பும் அறிவும் அமிர்தம் தந்த சச்சிதானந்த நமோ நமோ
அன்பும் அறிவும் அமிர்தம் தந்த சச்சிதானந்த நமோ நமோ
அன்பும் அறிவும் அமிர்தம் தந்த சத்குருவுக்கு நமோ நமோ
அன்பும் அறிவும் அமிர்தம் தந்த சத்குருவுக்கு நமோ நமோ
சச்சிதானந்த நமோ நமோ 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 சத்குருவுக்கு நமோ நமோ.
A Tamil bhajan, Satyamohana Ragam, and sung by Sri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji in praise of his Guru and Master, Sri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. You are tuned in to Datta Arpanam on 103.1 FM.
Puja Sri Balaswamiji so selflessly serves his Guru Puja Appaji. But that is no surprise. After all, he learnt from the best. Puja Appaji to this day so strongly abides by the instructions of his own Guru, his mother, Mata Jayalakshmi. In the beautiful Kannada bhajan, Huvu Ondu Pada Seri, Appaji, who uses even his bhajans as teaching tools, teaches us about selfless service. This beautiful bhajan says, "A flower serves by resting at the feet of the Guru or Lord, decorating them and being a symbol of our worship. After that, it dries and lands in the waste paper basket. How unfair and unjust this is."
The rest of the song goes on to describe the service done by a cow by giving milk, after which it just shrinks and gets neglected. Is this justice or is it fair? Laments the song.
The last line says, "Listen to the words and wisdom of Satchidananda in the role of caretaker, of justice and savior dharma, and enlighten yourself on selfless service."
Listeners, the moral of the song is there are those who wait and stand and serve silently with great physical suffering to themselves. Do not cast them away. This is the life Sri Swamiji has led, giving and giving and giving. Contemplate now upon its meaning and please join in singing this moving bhajan.
ಒಂದು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿತು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಸವ ಸೇರಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಹೂವು ಒಂದು
ಜಲದ ಗನಿಯು ತನುವು ನೆನೆಸಿ ತರಣಿ ಸೇರಿತು ಜಲದ ಗನಿಯು ತನುವು ನೆನೆಸಿ ತರಣಿ ಸೇರಿತು
ಧರಣಿ ಸೇರಿ ಇಂಗಿ ಹೋಯಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ತೂವು ಒಂದು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿತು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಸವ ಸೇರಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ
ಗೋವು ಒಂದು ಕಸವ ತಿಂದು ರಸವ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿತು ಗೋವು ಒಂದು ಕಸವ ತಿಂದು ರಸವ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿತು
ರಸವ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ತನುವ ನೀಗಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಹೂವು ಒಂದು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿತು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಸವ ಸೇರಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ
ವೃಕ್ಷವೊಂದು ಫಲವ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹಸಿವು ನೀಗಿತು ವೃಕ್ಷವೊಂದು ಫಲವ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹಸಿವು ನೀಗಿತು
ಹಸಿವು ನೀಗಿ ನೆರಳ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೆಲಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಹೂವು ಒಂದು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿತು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಸವ ಸೇರಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ
ನ್ಯಾಯ ನೀತಿ ಧರ್ಮಪಾಲ ನ್ಯಾಯ ನೀತಿ ಧರ್ಮಪಾಲ ದತ್ತ ಗುರು ನುಡಿಯ ಕೇಳಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ನೀತಿ ಧರ್ಮಪಾಲ ದತ್ತ ಗುರು ನುಡಿಯ ಕೇಳಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ನೀತಿ ಧರ್ಮಪಾಲ ದತ್ತ ಗುರು ನುಡಿಯ ಕೇಳಿ
ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬಾರದೋ ನಮಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬಾರದೋ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬಾರದೋ ನಮಗೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬಾರದೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಹೂವು ಒಂದು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿತು ಪಾದ ಸೇರಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಸವ ಸೇರಿತು ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ ಇದೆನಿತು ನ್ಯಾಯವೋ
Beautiful music, beautiful lyrics, beautiful meaning. You were just listening to the voice of Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji on Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to this morning's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Shri Swamiji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited.
Today, discussion is centered around thoughts inspired by the 12th Dwaresha Sutra of Jayalakshmi Mata, Mother and Guru of Pujya Shri Swamiji. In this sutra, Amma instructed young Sri Swamiji by telling him to live the life wherein, even if it hurts you in the process, it should not matter, provided it does not harm others.
Before we wrap up today's show, allow us to share Sri Swamiji's own words about the Dwadasha Sutras. He said, "These 12 sutras are precious gems not only to me, but also to my devotees." So listeners, I urge everyone, our journey into the Dwadasha Sutras may be coming to an end on Datta Arpanam, but let these sutras forever live on in your thoughts and, more importantly, in your actions.
Just to remind you once again of the 12 Dwadasha Sutras given by Jayalakshmi Mata to her son and sadhaka Sri Swamiji, they were, "See me, your mother, in all women.
Be compassionate to poor and socio-economically disadvantaged people.
In all situations, think and act according to the Shastras.
Protect the pious and virtuous even at the cost of your life.
Consider all forms of life as equal. Do not discriminate.
Do not miss your daily disciplines at any cost. They should not inconvenience others. They should always benefit others.
See me, the Supreme Divinity, in all forms of life.
Do not ever stray from the truth.
Develop the skill of simplifying your knowledge and spread it among the masses.
Do not reveal your future incarnations.
Undertake the task of spreading Dharma in a lucid manner.
And as you have been hearing today, Amma's 12th Sutra, the final of the Dwadasha Sutras, was, "Live the life wherein, even if it hurts you in the process, it should not matter provided it does not harm others."
And with that, everyone, we thank you for joining us on this expedition aimed at the discovery of the inner teachings of the Dwadasha Sutras of Mata Jayalakshmi. At this stage, we begin to wrap up this series and today's program.
Pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadguru Deva, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, at the feet of his Guru, Parama Pujya Shri Jayalakshmi Mata, and Pujya Shri Swamiji's second in command, Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji. Without their teachings, compassion, love, guidance, and music, this program would not exist.
Pranams to you, Mata Jayalakshmi, Puja Appaji, and Sri Bala Swamiji. Kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's episode of Datta Arpanam, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam, Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, an extra special thank you is extended to you for sharing your Sunday morning with us.
Remember, if you would like to listen to today's offering again, the podcast will be uploaded to 103.1 FM's website by tomorrow evening. Simply visit www.103fm.tt, click on podcasts, and scroll down to Datta Arpanam. Alternatively, you can also access the link via the Datta Arpanam Facebook page.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music, and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
सूनुः वायुपुत्रो महाबलः कपीन्द्रः पिङ्गलाक्षश्च लङ्काद्वीपभयङ्करः हनुमानञ्जनासूनुः वायुपुत्रो महाबलः कपीन्द्रः पिङ्गलाक्षश्च लङ्काद्वीपभयङ्करः कपीन्द्रः पिङ्गलाक्षश्च लङ्काद्वीपभयङ्करः
जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि
प्रभञ्जनसुतो वीरः सीताशोकविनाशकः अक्षहन्ता रामसखः रामकार्यदुरन्धरः अक्षहन्ता रामसखः रामकार्यदुरन्धरः महौषधिगिरेर्हारी वानरप्राणदायकः महौषधिगिरेर्हारी वानरप्राणदायकः वारीशतारकश्चैव मैनाकगिरिभञ्जनः वारीशतारकश्चैव मैनाकगिरिभञ्जनः
जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि
निरञ्जनोजितक्रोधः कदलीवनसंवृतः निरञ्जनोजितक्रोधः कदलीवनसंवृतः ऊर्ध्वरेता महासत्त्वः सर्वमन्त्रप्रवर्तकः महालिङ्गप्रतिष्ठाता भाष्यकृज्जगतां वरः महालिङ्गप्रतिष्ठाता भाष्यकृज्जगतां वरः शिवध्यानपरो नित्यं शिवपूजापरायणः शिवध्यानपरो नित्यं शिवपूजापरायणः सप्तविंशतिसङ्ख्याकाः एतानि श्रीहनुमतः सप्तविंशतिसङ्ख्याकाः एतानि श्रीहनुमतः यः पठेत् सततं भक्त्या सर्वदुःखैर्विमुच्यते यः पठेत् सततं भक्त्या सर्वदुःखैर्विमुच्यते सर्वदुःखैर्विमुच्यते सर्वदुःखैर्विमुच्यते
जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि जय जय हनुमन् बहुबलशाली जय हे स्वामी जय जयकारि
श्रीगणेशाय नमः श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीपादवल्लभ नरसिंह सरस्वती श्रीगुरुदत्तात्रेयाय नमः दत्तात्रेयं महात्मानं वरदं भक्तवत्सलं प्रपन्नार्तिहरं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु दीनबन्धुं कृपासिन्धुं सर्वकारणकारणं सर्वरक्षाकरं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु शरणागतदीनार्थ परित्राणपरायणं नारायणं विभुं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु सर्वानर्थहरं देवं सर्वमङ्गलमङ्गलं सर्वक्लेशहरं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु ब्रह्मण्यं धर्मतत्त्वज्ञं भक्तकीर्तिविवर्धनं भक्ताभीष्टप्रदं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु शोषणं पापपङ्कस्य दीपनं ज्ञानतेजसः तापप्रशमनं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु सर्वरोगप्रशमनं सर्वपीडानिवारणं विपदुद्धरणं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु जन्मसंसारबन्धघ्नं स्वरूपानन्ददायकं निःश्रेयसपदं वन्दे स्मर्तृगामी सनोवतु जयलाभयशक्काम धातुर्दत्तस्य यस्तवं भोगमोक्षप्रदस्येमं प्रपठेत् सकृती भवेत् श्रीगणेशाय नमः श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीपादवल्लभ नरसिंह सरस्वती श्रीगुरुदत्तात्रेयाय नमः
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत्